Hey, hello there, watch people. Welcome to the show. We just decided to do a surprise live stream right now. How's everybody doing? How you doing, bud?
Good evening. How's it going, Rich?
Good, man. Just a little behind here on what we were going to do. So
It's been a minute. How you doing?
Yes, when I text you and you said, yeah, I'll be ready in 15 minutes, I was just like, oh, shit. I didn't expect you to text me back and say you were going to do it.
Because if I get to the middle of the night, then I got, then family time happens somehow. So I either got to get it on or wait till the next day, So
well, we can do a quick one. It's all good, We can do a quick show here, and it doesn't have to be that long.
Hey, Shot in the Dark. Hey, watching Giggles. And the rest of the guys, Logan, Blue.
Oh, man. I missed the Archie stream because Clive came on immediately after. So right when I was about to start rewatching it, I watched them instead.
I got on there, and then as soon as I did, somebody called me, so I missed a lot of it. They had a lot of people on there tonight.
Yeah, I just seen that the that Lewis guy had the looks like he's got the COVID-19 flu.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, his eyes looked pretty. He looked pretty down under, but he said he felt fine.
I was wondering who the guy Alejandro was, because I thought it was AC4 or AC5 for a second.
Oh man, I got to hook up with that guy. He said he's an orthopedic surgeon.
That's what somebody said. Yeah, and he's got a great collection too, I guess. So
yeah, right.
I do not watch AC3's show, Beauty of Scent. I didn't even know he had one, to be honest with you.
Who? He's talking about
Archie.
No?
Oh, AC3. Is AC3? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I watch that show. Oh, yeah. I watch Archie. Yep. Especially since there's nothing to do and he's on all the time now. What do you guys think of that?
Beauty.
I'll tell you what this beauty is.
Please, don't ever sell that. Please.
No. I'll tell you what it is. It's a nightmare to set the. If you notice, I got the date wrong because it's just it's a very tiny
pull setting
crown. Yeah, it's a very tiny crown, and you got to go back and forth with it across the 12 marker. And so when it's this far from the date, I usually don't set it. I just set the time and wear it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I love it, and they are becoming ridiculous. Not this one in particular, but the gold ones are really going crazy. I think I told you they're just all nuts. Yeah. Everything is, I guess, though. So I guess AP is finally just catching up to Rolex. Thank you, Blue Shirt. No, don't have the second hand. Beauty of Scent.
Watch check. What's everybody wearing? Bud's got his AP on. I got my Rolex on.
Which Rolex you wearing?
Hey, Shot in the Dark, did you get your Polar yet? What's the word on that? You know what's funny is I was telling you today that I was gonna. Oh shit! I can't get that now. I was telling you today that I was gonna call. Today was gonna be the day that I was gonna call Omega and ask them where I'm at on getting my Snoopy, and I forgot again. I looked at my watch and it was 5:15.
Right.
Oh damn! You closed 15 minutes ago. So I blew it again. So tomorrow. We'll try it again tomorrow.
I'm kind of afraid to call about the Snoopy because I think I told you I had 2 Snoopies ordered, and I ordered the second one because I had a feeling, and sure enough, after I ordered the second one, they called me back and they said they said we can't do it. They're not taking no more orders. And then I had a phone call from the first one, and she left me a message, and she sounded like, okay, it's going to be a little bit longer than what I thought, because originally she told me like a month,
Hmm.
and she just didn't realize what I was ordering, and
Right.
she,
Remember, that's what I thought happened. Remember?
yep,
Yeah.
because she also said that I would get a discount on it, so she just had no idea, basically when she ordered it.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I'm afraid to call her back and have her say, I don't know when that's coming. You know.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? I've seen a couple of them on Instagram. So are they already hitting? They're out there, I guess, huh?
I don't know. I mean, they should be. They've delivery started supposedly. I don't know if shipment started going out or delivery were being accepted as of the 1st of November. But I'll tell you what, I'm surprised I haven't seen them popping up like I thought they would have. I thought I haven't been I haven't been hit by any on Instagram. Have you?
I've seen a couple on Instagram. Yeah, not any of the punters or any of us, but I've seen some of
Really?
the big dogs. Yeah, on Instagram.
Maybe I need
Um,
to what do you call it? Put that in my search.
yeah. So
Oh,
it's
I tried to search for a hashtag the other day, and it said that it wouldn't allow me to because of elections, people misusing hashtags during elections, and they were temporarily disabling them
yeah.
during the elections. So I tried to search some the other day, and it was like I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, I know I seen a couple today. I was just gonna look and check real quick, but I definitely did see some.
cool, cool. I wonder what the
But
pricing is going to be on those suckers, man.
well, that's the thing is, I don't think anybody would be stupid enough to sell one right away. You got to let them. Uh, you got to let them things come out and kind of see what happens with them.
Remember what I told you? I kind of want I kind of want to end up with a watch collection where every watch is has a has like a really high premium on it.
Right. Right.
In addition to being a watch that I already own, or okay, okay, I want all my watches to be uh, not that the value matters, but in a way, I want all my watches to be like 20 grand pieces that I started at getting at like 10,
Right.
and
Right.
they matured and appreciated to double. And so I want to have pieces that are all like that, which I think a lot of them are. But if I was to get rid of a few, you know, but I think a final collection would be really, really sweet to have like 5, 6 watches that really appreciated for you, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah, well, I definitely, yeah, Archie put up, or somebody put up, Blue Shirt Buddhas on the WhatsApp group, and I don't know if you read that article, Blue Shirt, but somebody put up an article of a guy who had wrote a short story about his buying and selling, and how the buying and selling is kind of bittersweet, and how he wishes he
How
had
so?
back just how he wishes he had back some certain pieces that he sold, but that he
Mhm.
needed to buy and sell, he needed to sell in order to keep buying.
To keep going.
It kind of kept him in the game.
Right.
And I thought I was going to relate to it, but he wound up having, he started out with um, Jaeger LeCoultre and um, guys like that. So I thought I would have seen some other, but so he was a really high end. He was buying really high end pieces.
Mhm.
Um, so
That sounds like if I were to get rid of some of my pieces, like my first, like I almost got rid of my first Rolex. And if I were to get rid of my pieces that I love so much, so I could get into Journe and more expensive pieces, and I end up regretting it,
right,
that's what would happen. I mean, I
yeah,
know that's what would happen. So I don't want to do that.
and that's what he had. Was he had like Journe moon phases, and um, elongated some, and so he had some pretty, but they was like tourbillons. So I'm guessing these was really 150 $200,000 watches, but
Ouch. Yeah.
yeah. So that's why he really needed to keep selling was to keep buying them. But I would have thought he would have took a bath on them, selling them kind of watches. But anyway, so yeah. Bottom line is, I wish I wouldn't have sold quite a few things. So gets to the point where you look back and you say, did I have the perfect collection at that point?
Has that happened with you at all, as far as with any of the pieces you've gotten rid of?
It's definitely happened with the AP Chrono.
Yeah,
Especially,
that, definitely. Yeah.
yeah. Now they're 75 grand. Actually, 78 is what I was told today. So, so yeah, that's definitely. But I was already, if you talk to me, you know that I was already kind of regretting that. So,
Hmm.
so that's probably my biggest regret as of right now. So, because up until now, I pretty much was able to get everything back that I lost. Like the Hulk I got back. Batman
Yeah.
I got back. But now, yeah, if you guys have been out there looking, it's impossible to find anything. There's no, unless you're getting through your AD, you're not getting a good deal for anything.
Right.
Everything's overpriced.
Yeah, and
So
I can vouch. I'm not like a big baller at my AD or anything, but they did give me a Daytona last year, but they're not they're not being very generous with anything this year, so it must be really hard to get stuff. And let's
yes,
see if
you
they
you
really
and
get me. Let's see if they really get me that OP41 by the end of the year.
right, yeah, yeah. You should have that by Christmas, by all accounts. But now they've told me it's funny when they want money, they'll call you up and they'll take a deposit. But right now they're telling me they're not taking deposits.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. But yeah, you and Blue Shirts um, conversation this morning about the Daytona. I mean, that was kind of eye opening, because is it really a 30 grand watch? So you get thinking about all these pieces. Are they $100,000 pieces that are being sold at 47, and then they go up to 100? Are they really gonna? There's no way they can possibly stay
You
up there
know,
forever.
supply and demand is a bitch, man. It's
Right.
look at the Tesla stock, supply and demand,
Yep.
you know?
And I think from here on out, I think we're going to see Rolex AP holding on to that stuff and just not letting it out as easily.
If anybody has a Rolex watch that's on a strap, but they don't have a Rolex buckle for the damn thing, fork out the $45 and buy the damn buckle for $45. And I mean, it looks super nice, and I can't wait to get my strap from Aaron and then throw this on there.
And where did you pick up that?
Just on eBay.
Just on eBay.
Yeah.
Pretty readily available.
Yeah, readily available. You know, um, is it authentic or not? I don't know.
Right.
Looks good enough to me, man.
Right. Especially for a strap, you keep your original pieces and wear it on the strap.
Well, the buckle that I have on there now is some cheap buckle from Crafty and Taylor's uh,
Right.
shop, right? So this looks good, actually. It's actually a Rolex piece. It's got the stamps on it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, cool.
I think it's kind of 50-50 of what you get on eBay.
Right.
So I know that I got some straps for the Aquanaut, and they wasn't Patek, but they had the stamp on the back. I mean, they looked as real as they could get, and they worked for just some straps that you want to cut up and use on there.
Uh huh.
But Pavel said buying hot watches on the gray market is for guys who want to set cash on fire right now, and I agree with that. Everything is just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Is that your next one to come in, either the OP41 or the Snoopy?
Man, I hope the Snoopy comes in before the OP41.
Yeah.
Man, I hope they don't make me wait that long for a watch I've paid in full. You know?
Yeah, yeah, you pay. Yeah, that was it. And remember that if you remember that night I called and they wanted me to pay in full, and I thought you had paid just a deposit,
Same
and
here. Right. I didn't
yep,
know it
and
until a
then
month later until my statement came.
right, your statement came in and they charged you for everything. Yeah, so that's the other thing that scares me about mine is I've only got like 2 grand on mine, so I'm wondering, I'm wondering if they just don't know or if they're afraid to call me and tell me.
Yeah, Pavel, the when I look at it with the scope, it's got a Rolex stamp, but it's not all clear, you know? It's a little so it's all good, whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, shit. I didn't know that they charged me full pop. I could have sworn the son of a bitch said. I'm not. I know he told me. Look, I when I called him back and I said, "Oh, you couldn't help my buddy, huh?" And he said, "Your buddy," and I said, "Yeah, yeah, my buddy from you know." He said, "Oh yeah, yeah." No, no, I told him, unlike you, he was going to have to pay in full, which and that made it sound like I didn't pay in full.
Right, right.
And so I just assumed that, and then I got my damn statement. I'm just like, ah, shit, $10,500. Okay,
I'm guessing his manager told him, differently once he went back to him and told him that.
isn't he the manager?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. So
I
he
think
was
he
the
was.
manager.
Yeah, I think so, and he's been there for a long, long, long time.
But that was like the first day, and you know how it was. He was telling me it was completely crazy. Within a half an hour, he had 100 calls,
Yeah, yeah,
and
that's so exciting. Yeah,
yeah. So, so yeah, I think they just when that happens, I just don't think they know what's what. So I think they're just going crazy trying to keep up with the traffic and the amount.
yeah,
But
yeah. You get so many people going.
I don't think I told you I went to. Well, I did tell you that I was in Houston the other day,
Uh,
and so the really crazy thing was they had 3 Rolex ADs there, right? The ones that I went to anyway.
yeah.
Two of them was very rude. They was all sold out. One of them was very nice, and they actually had a gold Submariner there.
Okay.
And I was tempted, but I didn't really have enough time to get to the airport and stuff, so I kind of just I left it and but earlier that day we had went by the Omega store, and Omega had a sign out front that said appointments only, and so I called it, and there's people in there. It's not like it's totally closed.
Yeah.
There's salesmen in there, and they're in their suits and stuff, and they're standing around, and there's nobody in the store. And so they look out at me as I went to open the door, and I'm kind of pointing towards the Seamasters in the window and stuff. And anyway, I called the phone and they never answered, and basically they just stared out the window at me.
Oh,
So
shit.
me and my friend that was there, we were just both kind of laughed. And so what does it come to that Omega is now just kind of doing the same thing as Rolex?
Man,
They're
you
just
feel like RT luxury or what?
Oh, it was ridiculous, yeah. And I mean, it was funny because right away, my friend started laughing. He said, "They're not going to open up." I said, "Well, I'll call them." I said, "Nobody's in there." And anyway, yeah, no, they didn't answer and they didn't come to the door. So it was just like they was throwing money away.
Yeah, I can't
But
believe that.
yeah,
In Houston.
so that was in the mall in Houston, the Galleria Mall. So
And then they're not. Maybe it was like appointment only.
it was appointment only, but if you're
But you're
empty and yeah,
yeah,
if you're
you're calling there. They should at least answer the phone and talk to you.
Yeah, when I put my hand up and I pointed at my watch, and then I
Right,
pointed
right,
at
right.
the
Jeez,
Seamaster in
man.
the window,
At
and
least
it's
open a door and say something to me, you know?
right, exactly. So, and it was
Uh,
actually my friend's kid that was with me, but he was 20 years old, whatever, and he was just laughing.
yeah.
He just couldn't believe that they
Snobbery.
was,
The
yeah, the
snobbery, man.
snobbery. Yep, yeah,
At the very least, open the door and give a card out and say, please call back and make an appointment for another day or something. You know?
exactly, yeah. And he said, "You're not going to spend money in here if they come to the door now, are you?" I said, "Well, they're not coming to the door." So I said, "Don't matter." I said, "Let's get out of here." So,
Well, I got the VIP treatment because I initially walked into that boutique with my solid gold constellation.
right,
So I
right,
immediately got put on the VIP list
right.
because of what
Make
I
a
was
difference.
wearing.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was reading reviews about that store, and it was interesting because people said, I go in there and I get ignored. And then other people said, well, I went in there wearing my Omega, this and that, and I got special treatment. And I noticed the same thing. So, hey, they maybe there is a bit of snobbery with Omega now. Well, actually, there
I think
has been, if
so.
that's the case, because that was a few years that I went back. But maybe they definitely appreciate people who wear Omegas, have Omega, and like the brand. They like put their arm around you for sure,
Right, right. Yep. And
which is
that's
understandable,
yeah.
because I think they
Yeah, but
offer great value, man. When you can walk in there and buy a top notch watch in there for $6,000 and walk out, at MSRP.
well, I mean, I probably would have come out with the white faced Seamaster because they had it in the window, and they do. They've got, they had 25 watches within my eyesight at least. So it's not like where Rolex was dead empty. The Rolex store was empty, and they had just a couple of presidents out. But Omega had plenty of watches, and so I was surprised at the snobbery. But yeah, that's. I think that's just the game right now.
Right. What's up, Beauty Scent? You want to see what I did to my Porsche real quick?
Yeah.
Let me show you because I'm in love with that thing, man, more than any watch right now, to be honest. Um, I'll show you here. Wait.
Yeah, Biden is an Omega fanboy, so I probably just saved myself some heartache there. So
And we're in 1080, so make sure your screen's in 1080. But here's what I did, Beauty Scent. So I had some. There was a scratch right here where my hand pointer is. There was a long scratch right here, and they repainted that right front fender. They repainted the right front bumper, the whole front bumper, some back portions of the lid. I had that decal put on that says 911 right there on the doors. I had new wheels put on, old new wheels, because the wheels were the wrong size for the car.
that looks beautiful. It looks like a brand new car.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks really really nice.
God, it looks so hot with that decal, bro.
Yep, I like it, and
I paint.
I love the brake calibers.
I cleaned them with. I cleaned them with. What do you call it? With Q-tips the other day, so they look so clean now. That's old. That's original. There, nothing was done there. But there's the inside Beauty Ascent. See the wheel. Look at the steering wheel.
Looks
Steering
really good. Yeah,
steering wheel was done. The floor. I got floor mats that match, and then you can see the new brake pedals and the dead pedal here, the rest pedal for your foot,
right.
and they all have little rubber inserts, rubber that sticks out on the pedals. Um,
Yep, you get that OP. That's your watch when you ride your Porsche.
yeah.
That's it.
And the
Yeah,
seats were all redone there too. Beauty Ascent, brand new seats. Look at that stitching. Look at the seats. Look how beautiful the seats came out. Wow.
totally redid them.
Totally redid them, man.
Yep.
Both seats just amazing. They're just gorgeous. Beautiful black leather.
Yep. Looks very nice. So, and the one guy did everything, or was this? Did you have to go to different people?
I went to two different places. Look at the pedals. I just had those installed a few days ago.
Yeah, that's sharp.
Yeah,
Is
this
that
is my
Did they put that Porsche engraving on the floor too, or is that original? It's probably original, huh?
no. That's one of the three pedals that I
That's one
bought.
of the new pedals that they got. Okay,
Yeah, that's a
like that.
the dead. It's called a dead pedal where your foot rests, right? The
Right,
footrest.
right. Yeah.
And yeah, I bought it with the port from Renline. I bought those from Renline. That was about $270, I think, for the three pedals. And the decal was $125, and the guy charged me $375 to put it on. But hell,
California, everything's more expensive.
yeah, it looks super good though, bro. And
Plus, you got
and
Porsche tax.
yeah, man, I'm
But
just so stoked on the son of a bitch, man. I tell you that. Thank you for asking, Beauty Ascent. Yeah, I'm really excited about the car. I've never been so excited about a car before.
oh, definitely. What year is it again?
2004
Man,
with
that looks brand new.
85,000 miles on it.
Yeah, looks brand new. Looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Have you been driving it a lot?
Thank you, AD. Um, man, they injected me with this needle on Wednesday, and that damn shot crippled me, literally put me in bed 24/7
Right.
until Saturday. So I drove it a little bit Sunday and Monday. No, it's just Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, I drove it a little bit. I didn't drive it today. I wanted to, but I didn't.
Yeah, Barry brought up a good. Have you ever? Now, I used to think these was a scam, and from the dealer, I do think they are. But if you go to a second, to a regular store, the ceramic coating, have you ever got that? Did you get
Um,
that on?
oh no, you know what? I didn't do the ceramic coating. Why didn't I do it? They wanted $800,
Yep.
and I just noticed that okay, on my back bumper, um, there's a little bit of peeling up in a crevice area. Um, I have a few little nicks that were touch painted
Right.
by some idiot with a yellow something,
Right.
and I don't know if it's really worthy of ceramic coating. I'm just not sure.
Wow.
I keep it in the garage all the
Yeah.
time. Do I need to ceramic coat it? I don't know.
I just found I had two bright colors done. I had like a bright blue done, and I had a cherry, like a strawberry red done, and that they both, whether they was clean or not, and if you've seen them from a distance, they both really look clean all the time. And then it just makes it easy for you to stop into a quarter wash, and just rinse them off.
I see.
Makes the dirt come off easier.
You know what I was thinking? If some of my investments pan out, then maybe I would do that ceramic coating. Maybe I would put another couple of grand in and paint a couple of more panels that I want to paint.
Right, right.
And
Yeah,
then maybe in another couple of years I'll paint a couple of more panels, and then eventually every panel has been repainted, and the same guy will do it with all the same color that he's been doing it. And but to paint the whole damn car at once would have been a lot of money and
yep,
probably not worth it. But as time goes on, I think I'll probably end up doing that, bro, like an idiot. But I'm gonna put money in that car because I love it.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely. You're into it now. Keep it nice.
it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I I love the color too for California. It's perfect.
And the color was something that I wasn't always happy with. And until the car completely looked as sharp as it did now, I just wouldn't trade this color for anything now. So I'm pretty excited. Oh, about the lights. Everybody always talks about the lights.
Right,
Who was talking about the lights? Clam Walker. You know, on the lights, the You know, the new ones, all of the new ones, like, did you see the killer Porsche that Tan Zeal just bought? Holy smokes.
Right. Yep.
All of those ones have the same lights, egg lights like I do. All of the new ones do. So I don't understand what people are saying. I mean, yeah, I'd love those the old vertical lights that are built into the fender, the high fender. Those are always my favorite. But those cars are also the old air cooled for the most part. But all the new cars, am I crazy or am I not crazy? Aren't they the same exact light setup as mine? The fried egg lights?
The biggest difference I see in the Carreras now is not in the front. It's actually, to me, it's in that back. I do like the new back end, that rounder back end that they've got. But yeah, I think the one that you have looks just as good. Really, very similar.
One thing that I did do, Clam, um, I'll show you here is see the front right parking and signal lights here on an American car. Those are red, like just straight red, and I had those changed to the European, and it looks much better, clear. Imagine if those were just red, like the plastic red. They looked ugly. I think they might have been orange, like they were just ugly. So that's a cool little change. But yeah, the lights. I mean, isn't that the same as the new car for the most part?
It looks like it to me. Yeah.
Um, you know where those silver caps are? Those are jet washes that pump up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You had the same car. Did it have that jet wash on the light?
Yeah, I think it did. To be honest with you, I can't. That was a 2016,
Bro,
and
that's
I
a hard
can't.
flex right there. When someone comes up to me and tries to flex with their car, I'll just go wee wee.
That is. That looks good. That's nice.
I got plastic. There's a plastic. You can see the border. It's bordering around there at the cutout, but there's a plastic protector cover over the glass. And then, and little tiny details like you see how that all that is faded gray underneath the light. All the
Right. Right.
I went over that and freshened it up, and it's all solid black now. Man, I went through and detailed it like that, and everything looks so much better when you detail all the little details. Make such a difference,
Yep.
you
Yeah,
know.
especially when you're taking pictures, look going through them and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Anybody want to buy a boat? There's my trailer. I got a Mastercraft boat with a Mastercraft trailer. If anybody wants to buy a boat.
I like what Boozer said. The long European license plate. I love them when you see them on the back of the cars. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? My license plate setup looks real trick on my car,
Yeah.
because I've got the black and yellow California plates,
Yeah.
and
So it looks good.
it looks good, and the license plate is it's a nameplate, and it's the model number of my car. So
Gotcha. Okay.
it's just an yeah.
You don't
So I
need
even have
anything else. Yeah.
I even have the front license plate, and it looks good. It looks better with the license plate than without the license plate. It's like, yeah, the license plate looks super good. It's an extra bonus added detail in the car when most people would think the license plate, always takes away from the fender. Yeah, yeah. So shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's still things I can do. One day, I can eventually upgrade the wheels.
Hmm.
If I want, I could upgrade the wheels, and that could be something I might want to do later.
I don't think
Anyway,
you need to. I like them. Yeah.
yeah, all the Porsche wheels up until a certain year, he was telling me had this what is it, powder coated and this looking style, and they all had this silver, all of them up until I think he told me 2005.
Huh. Okay.
And he had a shit ton of these cars on his car lot, and they all had the same wheels like this too.
Yeah, mine I don't think was much different than that. They was I'm trying to think. I think they was
Look,
gray.
I got super lucky because he had these sitting in his shop, and I needed wheels because mine were wheels for the wrong Porsche.
Right.
And he had these on here. He had these. He gave me these for $800, and they even came off an exact car like mine. See, they have the 4S emblem in the middle,
Right.
so they even came off my exact car.
Oh,
So
you know what? I just found a picture of mine, and so the license the light spray sat down below the lights in the newer model. It sits down about an inch from the so it's still there and it's still chrome and it shoots up at the light, but it's not in the light like that like it used to be. It's off of it a little bit.
I see.
So yeah.
Yeah. Plus, these aren't these lights, whatever they're called. You can see what they are. They're the nice quality lights.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the lights are the same, but the newer ones don't have that piece on the right that's going into the hood there. So they're still
Okay.
round. They
The
just don't
fog
have
light.
the little fog light. Yep.
The fog light's built into the main light somehow.
Yep. Yep.
Right.
And they don't have that. They don't have that
Oh,
on the newer.
yeah. So it's an oval. It doesn't have that spilling out.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So this would maybe like a double egg.
Right.
Yeah, right? This is like a double egg,
Yeah. So, but
especially with
that's
my yellow. Yeah.
but
Oh, man.
then the sprayer is actually the same shape too, so it all looks good.
Yeah. I mean, hey, there's nothing like that old classic Porsche light where it's like straight up vertical. I love those.
Yep.
Where I guess you call them a lamp. It's a headlamp.
Right.
I don't even know if you can call them that anymore, right? I don't know. But it was, yeah, those were beautiful. If I got another car one day, man, because I really got into this, I wouldn't mind buying somebody's old beat up ass 911, and then here and there, like I did with this one,
Hmm.
over a few years, put some money in it and restore it.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
there's definitely guys who make a living just reselling, buying Porsches and reselling them. So there's plenty of them guys out there that you can get them off of.
Oh, is that why you don't see pop up headlights anymore? They made them illegal, Boozer. I had pop up headlights on my Corvette.
Hmm. I didn't
I
know
had an
that. Yeah, I didn't know they
I had an
make them illegal.
'86 Corvette. I had an '86 Corvette that had pop up headlights. And one time, the motor went bad on one of them, so it looked like the car was winking because one was up and one wasn't coming up.
I thought that's kind of why they done away with them is because they couldn't get them to work right. But because it seems like I've seen a lot of them that had that same problem. But
No, it
uh,
was never an issue. It just went
no,
out one time. That
yeah,
Corvette, I bought a Corvette with something like 80 some thousand miles on it, and I swear I put over 100,000 miles on that Corvette. You know, I sold that Corvette with like 165,000 miles on it.
I
Some
wonder how
kid,
long. So how long is a Porsche good for? How long is the motor?
bro,
How
I
long
think
would
they're
you?
good forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think as long as you maintain them, hey, a lifter goes bad, some things goes bad, you fix it, it should last forever. I don't see why it wouldn't. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest problems with cars is people hate, the transmissions, right?
hmm,
Transmissions always junk. Even that damn Ford Explorer we had that we got rid of was nothing but problems with the transmission. But this transmission's built like a tank. This will outlast the engine. So You know, I don't think
Uh,
I'll ever push this car into the mileage level to where it would.
You have to worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
So I guess
my.
pedestrian safety concerns was the reason why they done away with them. Huh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, the big Cadillac and the big Lincoln hood ornaments. I remember them, and people used to walk by and rip them off, and then they'd wear them around their necks. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
For a
I like
time.
the. I like the. Isn't it the Bentley that if you come up to touch it, it retracts into the car right away?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, yeah, I do that. Yeah. But back, what was it? Early 2000s, people was ripping off the Cadillac hood ornaments
Hmm.
and putting them on their chains and walking around with them on their chains.
Yeah, and then they started making the retractable ones. Man, that was
Yep,
so trick. I think they still do that on the Bentleys, Rolls Royces.
that is neat. But I can't stand people that destroy other people's property. So I was always really against it. But it seemed like it was a big thing back quite a few years ago.
There's some new SUV coming out. I completely forgot what it was, but you might know. Um, oh yes, my wife was telling me about it. Is it the new Lincoln Navigator or is it the new Ford? One of them's coming out with gull wings. The SUV is going to
It's
have gull wings.
it's. I get asked this a lot because I got the regular one, and I think it's something they've got on the commercials that they're using a lot, and I think it's a concept car, but I think it's a couple of years away. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
So
But
yeah,
I guess they would have to come up like the Tesla doors because the Navigator is even bigger than the Tesla SUV. So when you're in a parking spot, it looks cool. I've seen the commercials, but I just don't see how it's going to be too um, practical. I don't know if they're going to be practical, and I don't know if they'll make them, so that they're practical enough to park in a tight spot.
right.
Parking garages. You've seen my trucks. You really gotta think that stuff through when you go to buy all that.
I was looking at the James Cameron when I was trying on Dangling Wangs, and here it is here on my wrist. This
Yes,
is
that looks good on you. Yeah.
Hugh Anus's uh, Rolex Deep Sea, and notice the lugs compared, you know, the lug difference here, like how they're on the
Right.
old sub, new sub. It's pretty proportionate here, isn't it? On this one,
Yeah.
or is it still blocky? Um,
I think it's proportionate. I like
here,
the maxi cases. So
here it is. Oh, does this show it well or not?
yeah, the light kind of on the other one on the
It's a little
right hand
short.
watch.
Hardly see it.
Yeah, it shows it a little short,
Yeah,
but
we could see it a little bit.
yeah, you can still see it. It's so the one on the left is the new one, huh?
The one on the left's the old one.
Oh, the one on the left's the old one. Okay.
Yeah, it's bigger, blocky here,
Uh
and this
huh.
one is more trimmed, right? Isn't it? Oh yeah, because the new one has the crown in Swiss made, right? It has a crown at 6 o'clock
Hmm.
between Swiss and made.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. This is the blocky one. See how much blockier this is?
Okay. I thought they extended them a little bit and thinned them out, but okay. Yeah.
So now when you look at the James Cameron, it almost
Yes.
looks like the new one. It looks slimmed
I
down,
was
doesn't
gonna say that don't. Yeah, that don't bother me. Yeah.
it? Right.
On your wrist, it looks good. It does not look like that on my wrist. It's just too big on my wrist, but it looks. That's a great picture of it.
Boy, this is one of those, it's on my list, deep down on my list, you know.
Here's the thing with me is that I had the Batman and I had that, and they, to me, the Batman and that looked very similar, and the James Cameron didn't really fit me. So, that was kind of my issue was they're both black and blue, or they both look very similar. Which one do I want to keep for the long haul? Which one was I going to wear more? And the James Cameron's just a little bit too big for me. But
Does
it's a
anybody know how to get
beautiful.
rid of that left margin that shows all of my albums? Because it just looks ugly on the screen when I'm sharing with you, and I just don't know how to get rid of that left margin. Uh,
It's 7 o'clock.
if anybody knows how to get rid of that left margin, let me know. That'd be great.
People said it looks good on you with your hairy ass Armenian arms. It
See,
does.
here's the difference. Here's the two.
Yep.
Bro, the old one is so much more blockier, isn't it? It
Yeah, and
looks
it just
looks bigger.
how is it bigger? That's what I mean. That's how is the new one bigger? I just don't see it. It just
Um,
doesn't.
the look at the bracelet and nothing else. The bracelet on the new
Right,
one's
the breast.
obviously
Right,
huge, much wider, huh?
right. Yep.
I think that's what takes away from the size look.
It makes it. Yeah, that makes sense.
A total play on visual play, huh?
Yeah. Yep. That's a big difference there.
That's a great shot, though, right there to compare them.
Yeah, I need to get a good shot of my new blue sub against the Meteorite GMT because that's the closest that I've got to compare, and I don't feel a difference when they're on my wrist. I really don't. Actually, I'm lying. The sub does fit better. The sub does feel like it fits a little bit snugger. Um,
Did that just get bigger on the screen?
yeah, it just got a little bit bigger. But yeah, the obvious difference in the bracelet is what's got to be making the watch itself look bigger on the other one.
Gorgeous.
Boy, but when you put it close up like that, the one on the left looks bigger. Yeah, Larry said Rolex is resorting to gimmicks and it's disappointing. I enjoyed all the new releases this year. I thought it was, you know, I guess it was gimmicky, but I enjoyed all the new releases.
Hey, if someone like me took off my green bezel off my Hulk and put it on this watch and made the date watch and made it a Kermit, everybody would have told me that's super tacky. You
Right,
know, don't do that. Rolex would never do that. But because they made it, and if I did it now, it would be okay.
right. Yep. But that's the same thing with ice on the watches as well as, you could put a fake, not a fake, but a aftermarket diamond bezel on there and people think it's tacky, but if it's factory, then it kind of changes their mind about it. But I think, are you still going to do that? I think that's a good idea to put
I,
the
I I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Let's see here. It sure would. It would really. It would be like getting two new watches, and then I get my Omega and OP. It's going to be like I have four new watches in my lap when I only got two.
right.
It's really going to offer a lot of play for me. Watch play, watch porn play. Um, how do I find that one? That Rolex that has the Hulk with the black bezel. Um, Let me see.
Anthony, I think you're better off with if you're just going to keep it. I think just holding the gold Rolex would be better myself, but depends on which one you're talking about, I guess. And he was asking you, Rich, not me, but I just gave my opinion anyway.
What's that?
Do you think Anthony would be better off holding cash or for a gold Rolex?
It depends what you got the gold Rolex for, right, bud?
I mean, all the gold Rolexes have jumped 10 grand. I mean, you can't buy everything that was 28 is now 40. You know, you can't get a you can't forget Daytonas in the 30s. I haven't seen a gold Daytona in the 30s in a month now. So if you'd have bought one of them a month ago, that would have been a good deal.
Okay, I found it here. Look, I mean, my my watches turned out to be better returns than a savings account, not investment, but better than a savings, so better than cash equivalent for sure. I don't know about now going forward. My gold watch, because I got it a couple of years ago, that would hold true. But geez, I don't know about now. Now I can't predict the
I,
market in the future.
at least with the watch, you have the ability for it to gain value. With the cash just sitting there, it's just gone. It's just devaluing. I agree with Max D there. Your cash just sitting there is going down.
Yeah. Is this it? No. Hold on a second here. I thought I found it. Collector's market right there. So I got to find that screen to click on. This one. And we got a super chat from Fifth Watches. The Hulk 116610 LV sub date versus the Incredible Hulk 116718 green dial. Is that the GMT?
I think it's the GMT. Yeah,
You've been considering that, haven't you?
yeah. I love that watch. Fist watches. It's and I mean, part of me thinks that they're going to bring out a a a Hulk, a gold Hulk, at some point, but I feel like that's going to be a watch that's going to be probably the hardest Rolex to get, maybe ever. I feel like that could be $100,000 watch real quick. So I've been debate. Yes, I have been debating the green dial GMT. It's a great watch.
But the black bezel, it looks like it changes the color of the dial. It makes it a dark mystique. I know it's just the lighting here, but you can tell what I mean.
Yeah. So that's a Hulk. That's a Hulk. Wow, it does look different.
I can't say it doesn't. It looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks good. You know, on the new blue sub, most of the time, because of the blue bezel, it makes the watch look like a Smurf. I mean, most of the angles that you look at it, it makes it look like it's just a regular Smurf. But that looks different. I like that. That just goes to show you that that dial is different than the new dial, right? Or the new dial's black. So, and the other one's green. That's right. That's what the difference is the green.
The fact that this dial changes, how it changes to black depending on the lighting and how
Right.
you pull
Right.
it, really
Yeah.
makes it available to go with this black bezel. It makes it sense.
See, I thought what you was talking about. I thought you was gonna take the Hulk, and I thought you was gonna put the black dial on the Hulk.
Oh, no, no, switch dials?
Switch. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought you meant.
No, no.
But yeah, I like that. That's neat.
I mean, the bezels, it's the exact same watch. They're both sub dates, same reference.
Right.
No harm, no foul. I mean, people take these apart to service them, whatever, right?
Right.
It ain't gonna
Yeah. I
damage
mean,
the watch.
Austin Daniels does it all the time. He switches things in and out like it's nothing.
Yeah, it isn't a big deal. I can always switch it back. There's no harm, no foul. No, no, nothing's wrong with it.
Right.
Um, so I think I'm gonna do it. Why not? Have fun, you know?
I think Austin Daniels has it done at RSC. I think they either that or I seen something where they stopped doing it for him. He was changing them in and out every year or so, and
You
then I
know,
think they stopped.
mine's actually going to look a lot better than this because it's got the rubber B with the green stripe. That's just going to match magnificently.
Right, that would look good.
Yeah, the rubber B is going to pull the black all together. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for sure. As soon as that watch comes back. And then I'm going to have the new Kermit. I'll be walking around with the new Kermit.
Rolex King likes the Kermit better than the Hulk.
There you go. So, and it's gonna my Kermit is actually on a bracelet because it's on the bracelet, so it's gonna be legit because I
Right.
haven't put rubber B on that. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna take my 1016 in for a service as soon as the Hulk comes back, and to this really good Armenian guy that is really good with watches here in Costa Mesa, and when I take the 1016 in for the service, I'll um, I'll take both these watches in for the switch out.
That's nice looking. I like that. And
Yeah, what the hell?
it's not loud. It's not you know it's not
Right. The Putting the green bezel on my sub date, my black sub date, it's gonna make that watch loud,
right,
like a Kermit is, right?
right. Yep.
This is gonna take the loudness away from the Hulk.
This takes away what some people hate about the Hulk because some people think that they either love it or hate it, and usually they hate it because it's too loud. So
Too
this
much
takes
green.
too
Yeah.
much green. Yeah, which is what I like about it, but other people don't.
And you know what? I don't think you see this done all that often for only one reason. I don't think all that many people have both exact same watches like I do.
Right. Yep. No, I don't have it. Yep, and that's going to get more rare too with the new pieces coming out for people to have the same. You know what I mean?
Oh man. Wait, we say that again?
That's going to get more rare for people to have that same two watches because somebody might have the Hulk and then get the new sub. And
Right.
that's not going to fit.
Right. They're both discontinued.
Yeah.
Right. Um, Now that's a piece. The 1016 Rolex King says Saka Pluta sold his for 8,000 Aussie. Oh, he always gets chapped. I think he always bans anybody who brings that up.
Is that right?
He says that was 16 years ago or whatever. That's so
Um,
funny.
yeah, I hate when I get when it always stings when you get reminded of a mistake, but
Yeah.
that's what a
Yeah, that's
mistake's
right,
for, is to
Pavel.
learn.
Yeah, that's a funny comment there, Pavel.
Yes, I laughed at that.
It's funny because I did a stream and I said I'm not doing the cartoons. It's going to be too goofy. I'm not doing it, especially since I'm paying so much. And then I ended up when it came down to me and him texting back and forth.
Right.
I couldn't resist saying, "Do it."
So you're gonna have other Snoopy characters on the band? Is that what it is?
It's going to be on one side of the strap. It's going to be Charlie Brown in the space suit, and on the other side of the strap, it's going to be Snoopy and Woodstock.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. That's
The
gonna look
pictures,
good.
the floating pictures I sent you of them floating around.
That's right. You did send them to me. Yes. Yeah,
So we'll
that looked
see.
good. Yeah, yeah. I need to call. I need to be reminded. I set a reminder to call my Snoopy woman tomorrow and see what's going on. But I did make contacts with everybody that I know over the weekend to see about what's going on and what I could get or this, that, and the other. And I got the door slammed in my face in every direction from all of my good connections. So
Yeah.
things are getting tight. It's crazy.
So you saying that, and then like what I said earlier about how, you know, I just can't believe I got handed a Daytona last year, regardless of my history with them. But now I can see the difference today, how the light was on last year, now the light's off,
Right.
quite literally in a way. So now maybe we can see here, man, it's things are tightening it up. But a few of you guys though got new. I mean, you did get a couple of new watches though, man.
I did right off the bat. I got the blue sub and I got the Tiffany. What else did I get? But I mean,
The gold OP as well, right?
yes, I did. And but since then, I mean,
That was
it's
beautiful, by the
changing. Yes, yeah. Uh, since that, and I'm not actually keeping that. I'm giving that to a friend. He wanted me to get it for him, but
way. Okay,
so that's why I don't really count that as mine. It's just sitting in a box for when he's ready for it. But
that thing's
it is,
gorgeous.
yeah, it is. It's nice, and but since then, that's how much is changing month by month as these new ones come out, and as like you said, the supply and demand. As the demand is getting stronger, the supply is getting less, and it's just crazy what it's driving the prices up to. So and now
Unbelievable.
you're seeing more and more people just hang on to theirs because they know. Like I almost I told you the other day about the ridiculous offer I had on the Sky Dweller, and I thought about it, but it's just um, I don't want to do what Pavel's asked of me here. He said, "But have you ever regretted not selling a watch?" I have regretted selling many watches, but I've never regretted not selling a watch. So that is not something that I have done.
That pairing of this bezel and this Hulk
It's great.
dial,
It's great. Yeah, it's
yeah. How
great.
can it not
Yeah.
match? You look at the black, how it just changes to black in the dial. It's just so perfect.
Yep. And how little educated are people other than ourselves that when I walked into the AD the other day, I was wearing my blue sub, right? Two of them ADs had no idea what that watch was. The person that I was with had a Wimbledon two tone on, and one of the dealers was so interested in the Wimbledon two tone, he had no idea what mine was. And then the other one was a lady, and she had no idea what I was wearing.
Really,
Yes.
your blueberry bezel watch?
The blueberry. Now you could
Wow.
tell she was more of a newer salesperson, and so I could tell that. But the one gentleman was, you could see he was pretty. I asked him about the OPs, and he said obviously those are going to our customers, for the rest of the year. And I said, well, what about new customers? Aren't they meant for new customers? Isn't that meant to bring in a new generation? And he said, well, whether it was meant to or not, they're going to go to the people that.
He said, come on, bud. That's the slogan,
Right.
man."
That's not. Yeah. He said that's not going to work here. And but he said I get what you're trying to do, but it's not going to happen. But I mean, I showed him what I was wearing, and it was like he skipped past that. And even yesterday, I told you I went up to my AD, and my sales guy was gone, but the manager was there, and she said, "So what did you wind up getting at the show?" And I showed her, and she said, "Oh yes," but it was almost like she really wasn't sure. With the new releases, that's kind of the white gold always kind of flies under the radar. And I think she was expecting me to show her like one of the Sky Dwellers or the Cermet, but she didn't even really seem to catch on right away. So my point is that you could wear that one, and people's not even going to really know the difference. You know what I mean? They're just going to think it's a Cermet or a Kermit.
Hey, when I walk in to Ben Bridge with this watch on like this, they're gonna look at each other when I leave, and
Right.
they're gonna say, make a note. This guy never flips his watches. This guy will never flip a watch if he's done this to his watch.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
they'll,
he's
they'll,
got to
they'll,
have both of them, and he's going to keep both of them. Yeah.
he's just crazy.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
he's not. He's on a flipper. I can see them saying that. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm excited. It,
Yeah.
it, it,
That
it's
looks
just like
good.
it's just like I sold 2 watches and bought 2 watches.
Right.
It's gonna be fun.
So then, is the black one going into the other one, or are you just going to hang on to it? Is the black dial going into, or when you switch it out, are you going to switch it into the other one too, or no?
What do you mean? The green bezel of this one's gonna go on the black sub date, bro, and it's gonna become a Kermit.
The green bezel of this one.
The green Hulk bezel
Uh huh.
is going to go on my black sub date, and the black sub date bezel is going to come over
Right. You're going to
here.
switch both of them. Right. So you're going to have
Uh-huh.
two brand new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll have a
Two.
Kermit. I'll
And
have
then
a Kermit with the old style case,
right.
right? And that's the only way anybody will know is if they can tell the difference between the lugs, the bracelet, and the crown at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Otherwise, from a distance, I'm going to be
Right.
like, they'll be like, nice Kermit, man. I'll be like, thank you.
So this was the one that was in question. We knew the other one would look good, but this was the one in question. Okay. Yeah. This one
Right,
does. This
right,
one looks good. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I like it. Good idea.
Yeah, and then like you said the last time, I'll get to experience a Kermit and whether I actually like it or not.
Right. That way, if you get a chance to buy it, yep, you'll know whether or not you want it or not.
Ooh, but would I need to spend the money and buy it when I can make my own and vice versa? You
Not
know?
really. Yeah.
Is there a way for me to get a green bezel for my Hulk so I can keep it all green, but keep my Kermit and put
There,
away my black bezel?
there is them guys out there. Like the ones that got sued by Rolex. There is them guys out there that make
No, no,
different.
no, no. I don't want an aftermarket bezel, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That would
I'd
be
want a
the
Hulk.
only.
Yeah, I'd want a Hulk bezel.
Although what was funny today on Instagram, Rolex was. Have any of you guys seen that? Let me bring this up here. I thought it was on Rolex's site that they brought up a blue dial Sky Dweller with black coating on it, and I thought they linked the people who did it and said thank you, and they called it the World Sky Dweller or something. It was. Let's see, maybe it was the other people who did it and linked it to Rolex, but because I'm not seeing it now, but yeah, because I didn't think Rolex ever did any of that stuff with anybody. So yeah, I must have been wrong on that one.
Would you have put a steel crown on the bluesy if they had done that for the new one? Oh, to make it look like the new one?
Here it
No.
is. So yeah, paid partnership with here's Rolex watches and paid partnership with DIW official.
DIW.
Yeah, let me show you this here. You want to put me on the big screen here for a minute? Let me. No, what did I just do? Dang it! Here it is. And I don't know if we're gonna get good enough, but that's a blue.
Oh, wow.
Hold on 1 second.
What do
You
we,
see that? And if
yeah,
I could get it clearer for you, it's actually got a world inside the middle there. It's
I
showing a
can see
little,
that. That's amazing.
and that's actually in a paid sponsorship, DIW with Rolex.
That's very cool. It's probably pretty expensive, isn't it?
It really doesn't say. It's just in a. Yeah, let me see if I can get it a little bit bigger. You see it there better?
Yeah, we can definitely see the world. Yeah.
There's
Oh
a
yeah,
better. You see it?
the
Yeah,
writing too. It says world timer.
yeah.
That looks nice.
DIW World Timer.
Yeah. Wow. Rolex should do that on that watch.
So yeah, if that really becomes real,
That's beautiful. They should make that a globe in the middle.
yep, that would be perfect. It's the perfect size, perfect circle.
Yeah. Maybe if they made it that aquanaut, like the aquanaut world in there, that
Uh
would be
huh.
beautiful.
Yep. So I seen that today for any of you guys that's on Instagram. That's on Rolex.watches.
Hmm.
So pretty interesting. And actually, Rolex thanks them for helping them show off their world timer.
Cool.
It looks like it's a little bit deeper blue, like with a brushed, kind of like the ocean type of blue. You know.
Yeah. 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 No, I'm excited about the bezel swap because I was wearing my Submariner again when I decided, hey, I'm going to make it a daily wear, and then I put it away and I stopped wearing it. So
Right.
I'm wearing all my other watches that I'm excited about. So it'll be a fun thing. I could totally see myself wanting to wear that Kermit all the time, to be honest.
Yeah. That would be nice. That'd be
Yeah.
totally different. And I would actually kind of test it out and bring it into a couple of ADs and see if they even notice the difference. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like sometimes the ADs are so interested in trying to get you over to the two watches that they have for sale that they don't even care what you're wearing. You know.
I'm going to take it to I'm going to do that, and I'm going to walk into the Rolex over at South Coast because they always tell me no, no, no. And they're always like, yeah, so I'm gonna walk in there with this Kermit and be like, "Oh, I got the Kermit. Do you got anything else I can
Right.
get?"
Right.
I love doing that to them. I'll do that to the guy at Paddock too. You
Well,
know.
now that I've had a couple of big time watches where I've noticed that the salespeople don't know what they are, I'm gonna start teasing them more often.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll start showing
yeah.
them things.
Oh well.
So I guess a couple of the guys seen that Sky Dweller. They call it the day date Sky Dweller, the world time Sky Dweller. So maybe they'll actually consider making that. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a great that would have been a better change than putting it on an Oyster Flex like they did this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're just one step away from exploding the world. I mean, like that. I think that Sky Dweller could do it. You know, I think they're one step away from just completely um, gaining. You know, so many more people.
Bro, what did they do with the Oyster Flex on the Skydwell? I mean, why did they have to just put the Oyster Flex on everything? Couldn't they have savored it and made it one of them things that people desire because it's only just on a few of the watches?
Well, I didn't even think the new Yachtmaster 2, the 42. I didn't even think that was that popular, but apparently on the Daytona and on everything else, it's so popular that I guess they. But to me, I know why it did it because they raised the price of the regular Sky Dweller. So then they had to have something in that $40,000 range to back it up with.
Mm,
So, but I'll tell you what's crazy is probably the most least popular Rolex that I've seen that I've noticed is the Yachtmaster 2 in the white gold. Guess
yes,
guess how much that is? It's their
please,
biggest watch.
please don't tell me because I know it's about 42, isn't it?
It's 48. The white gold.
Right.
The yellow gold is 43, but the white gold has been sitting here at an AD for about 6 weeks or 2 months,
Uh huh.
and it's because they moved it up. It was like 44, and they price increased this year, and now it's 48.
Wow.
So unless they really discount that, I can't imagine that
Wow.
watch, being so that they'd have to package that with something else.
Huh. Have
So
you have you passed up the idea of the Pave Diamond Yachtmaster now?
No, I haven't totally. So the guy that I was talking to, he's got a medium bracelet, and obviously I'm going to need a small bracelet. So, and he just wants to give me the medium one, get it over with, and I don't want it if it's not going to fit me right. I have a feeling if I get it, and he says it can be cut down, but I have a feeling like if it's too big of a, I just think if they have to cut it too much, it's not going to fit the way it's meant to fit.
I
So,
don't think they can be cut down because I think they have like like a maybe a steel
right, they do
uh,
have a steel inside. Yeah,
wire
they do.
wire or
Yeah,
something.
they do. Yeah. So, and that's the other
I
thing.
don't.
I wonder if he's lying to me that they can be cut down. So it looks like it's a great buy, and it's a great, especially considering everything else, what everything else is at. But um, I if it's not going to fit me right, then there's no sense in getting it.
Yeah.
But I do love that. I mean, and I see a lot of them in the windows of ADs, but they're the 37. So obviously that one sells in the man size. Um, you know,
Yeah.
what size wrist I need to know where I'm at for the Master 42. To be honest with you, Pavel, I've never. So for me, if you know the GMT line or the sub line very well, I have to take two links out of every watch in the GMTs and in the subs.
Uh huh.
Yes, Boozer. If I can find the deal on them, yes, absolutely. Wherever the deal's at. Right now, the deal's at the AD. Right now, the cheapest watches are at the AD if you can get them. Isn't that crazy? Did you ever think that the AD would be the ones who had that MSRP was the cheapest
No, I mean,
for mostly everything?
no, I mean that's it's unreal. Yeah.
Another dog of the lineup has kind of been the two-tone Daytonas, and now instead, because I think the two-tone Daytona is what 16, and those are now going for 18 and 19.
You know which ones might start going? People might start looking for at some point, like the good old Air King that disappeared from the lineup, didn't it? Or is it still there?
No, it's still there. They thought it was going to, and
Okay.
so it went up a little bit, but yeah, no, it's the Air King though has kind of went up to Explorer prices. I'm telling you, all the steel, like Air King, Explorer, Explorer 2, they kind of froze. Their prices kind of froze in the spot. And then all of the gold is just going crazy. And then the root beer, that root beer has gone up a little bit again. That's more like 20 grand now.
So these are the two milli.
Yeah,
Now,
that's the
huh?
only two millis they got. Yep. Which one do you like better? I think I like the black one better.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good looking watch.
That's a
It's
watch that's one I regret selling is the white Melgauss. I regret that one.
so these have the green crystal.
Hmm.
Is was the one they got rid of was the white one?
They got rid of the white one and they got rid of the black one without the green crystal.
Okay. Hmm.
So that this kind of shows more green on the black than what I think you see in real life. I've never seen one of these in real life, but I know that the crystal being green kind of flashes from angles and stuff.
This is a hot watch right here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
more people don't have this or talk about this.
and I said it when I had the white one. That watch flashes more than what you think. It's got the polished center links, and it punches way above its price. I think.
Sure. It's gorgeous.
I mean, it's got presence,
Yeah, I
but
like
I'm
the
guess
lightning bolt.
yeah, the lightning bolt's good. But I'm guessing the blue and the black. I'm guessing they have more presence because they've got more color than the white one.
I wonder how hard this would be to get from the AD.
I've never seen one there, but I've never asked for one either. So
8300 MSRP.
300. So yeah, I'm gonna guess you could probably get one because it's just under the price of the sub. You know, most people want the sub. So, but actually, it's quite a bit more than the. I want to say the Air King was 6,300. Does that sound right?
You know what? That's the one I thought there that was discontinued right there. The one Howdy's talking about. There's the blue crystal one, right? That one's
Uh,
gone. The Z
was there?
blue. Yeah, there
Because
was the
no, the Z Blue is the one he's talking about. That you just, I'm pretty sure is the one that we just seen there beside the other one.
there wasn't a blue no, there wasn't a blue
The,
dial.
if you go back to when we just compared the blue and the black one, I think the Z
Oh,
Blue is the one that he's talking about.
let me see.
That's the Z Blue. That one there.
Oh, okay.
Howdy from Texas. You want to confirm that? That's the one that you was talking about. And Nick is saying that blue one is the harder one to get, and it's more expensive on the market.
So this does not have the orange indices, but it has a blue dial.
Right. But you got the markings, the 60, the minute markings are orange.
And on the other one, it's not? Or is it? Let me see.
Yeah,
Ooh, that looks
it's
so
got
sharp.
just the three. Yeah,
Bro, that looks so sharp, though. That looks so clean with the black.
yeah. And I think they got it right because I think on the blue, the other three spots in orange would have been too much.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah,
Wow,
Howdy said that is the Z blue, the other one,
gotcha.
um, but I like both of them. It's just a matter of whether you.
Hmm.
I've got a lot of blue. I've got a lot of blue dials. So
This is this. Okay, if you're a water person, the Submariner or the Submariner Date should be your first Rolex. If you're a non-water person and like an office person, or just a non-water person, I would say this would be should be your first Rolex. You know,
yeah. Well, if you're any type of science guy or any type of you know
engineer,
engineer, this is your watch right here. Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
yeah,
total fun.
yep. If you're an engineer, that would be the first watch I'd be going for because I know a few engineers and they would fit perfectly into this watch.
So, I mean, comparing this to an OP, this is a good watch to get versus like an OP. You know what I mean? Or a date just, but definitely an OP.
Well, yeah, well, and I think a date just too because if you're getting just um, if you're not getting the Jubilee, then you're right. This is maybe a little bit less than the date just, and you're definitely getting a flashy watch. So yeah, it's a great alternative.
Yeah, definitely.
And the problem with the Air King is you've got this and you've got the Explorer, which the Explorer is the most popular. So the Air King kind of just gets left behind. You know.
What's up, Detroit?
Hey Detroit, how you doing?
Look at the president. He's got his in his avatar. Look how beautiful that is, man.
Yes, and do you remember when he bought that and everybody asked him if he paid full price for it? And now that thing's going for like 10 grand more than what he paid.
Yeah.
So, good job, Detroit.
Let me see here. If I get rid of that, and then you can get a good shot of his avatar. Yeah, look how beautiful that watch is.
Yep. That's very, very nice.
That's rose gold, isn't it? It looks rose gold.
Yes, it's rose gold with the olive.
Bro, that goes so well with the green dial. The rose
Yep.
gold does.
It really does. When I got the white gold one with the olive green dial, it just didn't. There wasn't enough difference there, you know. So I think that's the one to get.
That's candy.
Which, by the way, if Blue Shirt's still in here, Blue Shirt, that's the bluesy is what I was asking everybody for all weekend, and just no, no, no. That was it, the bluesy. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure the bluesy's ever been so popular.
Wow. It's not a cheap watch either. That's one of the more expensive
It's
Rolexes.
one of the more expensive, and nobody's getting them. They ain't getting them. The black one is a maybe, but the blue one is no.
The black what?
The black, the new black two tone sub. But
Oh, oh.
the bluesy said, yeah, the black, the same thing in black. That one you
I
could
forgot that
probably
watch
get.
exists. Nobody ever talks about that, right?
Nope, nope. And you can get one. I did get told I could get one of them, and I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want that. I want the blue.
Oh man, nobody talks about the two tone black, the two tone black dial sub date. Yeah, they go
Uh,
straight to the bluesy, don't they?
yeah, yeah. They go straight for the bluesy. You know, Howdy, the lightning hand when I had the white Melgauss, it wasn't too far out there for me. It was, I actually I really enjoyed it. It was just something different, something funky, and it just fits. It's got a quirkiness to it that just fits with that watch.
You don't get much weird plays like that from Rolex, where they do
Right,
toyish stuff like that. They're not going to come out with a Snoopy watch.
right. That's why it would be so neat if they came out with that black Sky Dweller with that. Boy, if they ever put a an Earth inside that circle, that would be nice.
That'll bring it up to like Paddock
Yep, that
or
would definitely.
DLC.
Yep.
DLC does that. Paddock does that. That would bring it up to another level.
Yeah, the two tone Sea Dweller, I love it. I think it's great, Detroit.
Yeah.
Especially since I know how it fits in the steel. So I think in the two tone, I think that's definitely if you're gonna buy a black and gold, that's definitely what you want. I would buy over the two tone black sub. And Blue Shirt likes the Melgauss. So it's really, I think everybody likes the Melgauss.
We'll probably end here in a couple of minutes. All right.
Okay.
That sounds good.
I was on the Rolex site. Gosh, you can really go on forever looking at Rolex has so many
Right.
different versions of everything. It's amazing.
I just
There's
decided
a
to pull them up on Watch Recon here.
there's a white dial Melgauss right there.
8300.
Very hard to find them with papers, and I did have one with papers.
One in Canada for 65. A blue dial for 9800. 73.
There's a white one with for 7450 with service papers. That would probably be a good buy.
The white looks really nice.
Yeah, the white is very nice. Yeah, it's clean.
They call it the Polar.
If you felt like the other ones was too much, too quirky, the white is the probably the least, out there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is probably one of the undervalued watches, man. It's not going for much above.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a great buy right now. Yeah, I mean, if you remember, I bought that watch for 5,600,
Wow.
so I was crazy to get rid of it. But
Wow. And now they're back up to whatever they are here.
Pavel said you should consider that two-tone Sea Dweller against the Cameron, except for the Cameron looks so good on your wrist. I would consider it, but that Cameron looks so good on your wrist, I wouldn't.
That watch would be, a Bitcoin watch. That would have to come into. I'd have to come into some extra dough for that. But yeah, it's on the list. We'll keep it on the long list. How about that?
Yeah.
The long list.
This is the watch Recon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the one that's hard to get on that I told you that you got to have many friends on it to get on it, or you got to have many, or is this one easy?
No, I forgot what that one's called that you were. I forgot which one you were referring to, but it was something else. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure.
No, it's not this one. I got it on my. That's another one of them. The Rolex Forum, isn't it? Yeah, the Rolex Forum.
No, once you pledge the $30, you can post an ad if you want to sell.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So getting this at MSRP, you know, or buying it here, it's a good watch. Cool.
Yeah, that's a fun watch.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, my friend. Man, we went an hour and a half.
Okay,
Let's
time
call it.
flies.
Let's call it.
Yep,
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right.
All right, guys.
Alrighty,
Thank you very
guys.
much
Well,
for joining.
yep, nice talking to all you guys.
Nice
Good
chatting
seeing
with everybody.
everybody.
Hey, what's up, Durst Stiefel? All right, guys. We'll talk
Have
to you
a
guys
good
later.
evening. Talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you
Bye-bye.
later. Nice chatting with you, brother.
Good talking. Bye-bye.
Let's get that music going. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for joining. Hope you had fun.